Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's another episode of Straight Talk No Chaser. I am your host, Gregory, accompanied by my boy.
It is Big John 5280 from Colorado. Big man, I don't know, bro. I keep rehearsing the intro and it's not working. It's not
I
flowing.
don't
John
rehearse
Alvarado
it,
from
man.
Colorado.
Just go with it. I
From
don't rehearse it.
Colorado.
Real quick segue. What's going on in Colorado and these gangs taking over apartment buildings? This I don't know if
Bro,
you heard about it, if you know them by any chance. I don't know.
bro, it's not in my hood, but it's in my vicinity, if that makes any sense. So it's pretty crazy, bro. It's pretty wild, man. And you know what? We could get into a whole topic on that one, dude. But let me just tell you this, it's wild.
I just
It's
want to make
wild
sure
stuff
it's
over here.
nobody that you know.
Nah, we're good. We're safe. We're all safe, man. So I'll definitely call in the dogs if I need to, but right now we're safe.
Cool, man. Cool. Cause I'm like, John's people are on a tear right now. Look at they
Bro.
knocking on doors with AKs and all right,
Yeah,
we'll
bro.
stop. But um let's talk about what you wanted to talk about today, which I think is vital because everybody is an expert on everybody else's life.
Say it. Say it.
Which is odd because their life's not perfect, but they're an expert on your life. How you feel about that? I know we all experienced it. You know, everybody has an opinion about what you do with your life, but when it comes to their life, it's a complete turmoil.
Yeah, man. You know what? It's crazy that you say that, bro, because there's some times, and I've talked to you about this, in the time that I've known you, where there's a difference between, somebody coming to you and going, "Hey, I need some advice," or "I need to vent," or you know what? I don't want either. Just listen to me, right?
True.
And bro, I gotta ask, man, is there a radar for you on that, or do you just
No,
flat out go, "Hey"? I'm gonna ask you straight up, what do you want out of this conversation? Right? How do you roll with that?
there's no radar on it, and it's always unexpected because it's nothing more unexpected than somebody giving you advice that you never asked for on a
Ooh,
situation that doesn't concern them at all, that they have
ooh,
no understanding of. You know, but when it does happen, uh, I treat it like everything else. I listen, crack a smile, look, give
that's
him a little
important.
sarcastic, give him a little the little sarcastic head tilt, like okay. And then once they're done, I'm like, but I didn't ask you for you. But okay, I appreciate it because it could go two different ways. It could go that way, or if you were like, yo, why are you even talking to me about that? I didn't ask you for any of that advice that you wanted to give, and you have no clue what I'm going through right now, what I'm
Mm,
experiencing, what mental space that I'm in. So maybe before you touch this, but maybe before you touch the stove, you should check to see if it's hot or not.
damn,
Because nowadays,
damn.
let me and I'll break that down for you. Because nowadays, on majority of the stoves right now, you can't see the blue flame; they're mostly electric.
That's
And
true.
and now some of the stoves don't let you know that it's hot. So if you touch it, you burn your hand unless you got that
Mhm.
type of money that when you touch the stove, it doesn't burn you. Or you have no clue how hot the water is. You just want to dive in. You know when you go in that hot tub, you got to do that big toe test, like, ooh, not yet, not yet.
Hey, same thing with the
No, they're
hot
not
coffee,
doing
bro.
that. Yeah, they're
Hot
not doing
coffee.
that. That's
You know where this really grabs me, man, is in grief.
yep.
That's the biggest one, man, for me is just going, hey, I just need someone to talk to. I don't want you to give me advice on how I could feel better. Right. And bro, that's why I'm in groups with other people going through the same thing. Right. Because at least I can look at them and we don't give each other advice in there by any means. We don't do that, but we listen with this different heart, I guess, if you want to call it. So that
Yeah.
translates me, bro, out into this world where people now that are having real problems, whether it's friends, family, or whoever, I'll just listen. I'll just listen but that's what I'm saying, man. Even though I do that, I had to learn that. Right? That wasn't something that just came easy because, to your point, right? you start taking a look at your life, man. And bro, you said this, I want to say it was last week on a pod or the previous week, but you said something to the effect of, how are you giving advice? Well, the whole homeless man, you know,
Oh,
well,
yeah,
that was dope,
yeah.
right? But dude, I mean, who are you to give advice to anybody, right? I
100%.
guess I just say that in the space of, because this can go a lot of ways, bro. We're both dads.
Yeah,
There's that advice, right? Coming from the dad, like, hey, we've been there, done that, right? It's a difference where with that, but versus your boy or your homie of 20 years or somebody you just met and they're coming
that's
at you.
smart.
See, this is the thing, dude. I think solve all the problems in that moment. And that just bugs me, man. That just bugs me when you're trying to fix my problem. I didn't ask for that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I mean 100%. And there is a difference between just a person that objecting into your life, like you said, or a person that you're cool with, whether it's your homegirl, your homeboy, or a family member, or your significant other. Um, but my daughter, she's growing. I always use personal examples because that's the best way to approach everything. I learned to start asking, "Are you just venting, or do you want my feedback?"
Mm,
So before you start, are you just venting, or do you want my feedback? And she goes, "I just want to vent." Got it. So that lets me know to don't say anything. Just be the ear or the shoulder that she needs. But if she
bro.
wants my feedback, she knows that it's coming unfiltered.
Yep.
I am unbiased with everybody. If you're right, you're right. If you're wrong, you're wrong. So don't come to me with the issue or a situation if you don't want the honest truth. But if you just want an ear or a shoulder, let me know. Hey, are you venting or do you want my opinion? That's how I approach it. At
Bro,
least,
do you think that you could do that with everybody?
yes, I can. I do.
That's a good learning. I mean, if people are listening right now, look, take that down. Straight up.
I do with everybody. Are you venting or do you want my honest opinion? And they,
Mm.
because like I said, you wanna dip the toe in first just to make sure that check the water. All right, you want to do a little tap on the stove to make sure it's not hot. You know how you and cliche. So I'm sorry, but you know how you check to make sure the oil's hot. You do that with some water to make sure so the oil starts popping. You want to check it first before you put the chicken in. All right, that's very racist because I'm black, but let's just go with it. You want to check. You want to check first. So in every situation, you want to check if they are coming to you with an opinion about your life.
Mm.
Stop them right away. Say, hey, I appreciate you, but I didn't ask for your opinion. No disrespect. But when I'm ready to vent or when I'm ready to talk about it, I'll come to you. That's a much better approach. Now, if after you say that and they're still going on, then by all means, take the gloves off, let them get out what they want to say, and then kindly, sternly say, when did you become a professional in my life? Professional in my life. Last time I checked, your life isn't perfect.
Mm. Mm, mm, mm.
Because it is impossible for a broken person to fix somebody else who's broken.
That's what you said. That
It's
was it.
impossible.
That was it right there. Bro, and what I'll say, man, too, is you touched on this a little bit, but when did anybody become an expert, right? And bro, we can go up and down the line, man. Everybody's scenario is different. But when you're offering that unsolicited,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta check yourself and make sure that your room is clean, your fridge is clean, your life is clean, you've never done nothing wrong. You're just, you know what, bro? I mean,
Right. How are you teaching me how to drive when you just got in an accident last week? Like, I'm
exactly.
confused. How you teach me
Exactly.
how to do? How you teach me how to be at my job when you just got fired?
Right.
If you just
Right.
got a divorce, you can't give me relationship advice.
Exactly. Exactly. Because that's what I'm saying, man. If If you're talking to me about my marriage, you better have a squeaky clean one, a clean one over there. You better be
Hey,
straight. You better be. I
John,
mean, and,
hey,
and bro, and you know what? It's not about being perfect, bro. It's about how you treat your wife.
John, I
I,
wouldn't
I
spend that
watch you.
money, my man. I wouldn't spend that type of money, bro. You know what I mean? You gotta be smarter than that. But you just filed for bankruptcy. What are you talking about? What's your
Hmm.
credit score look like?
Yep. But you're over here giving me financial advice.
But you want to be Mr. Financial Advice. Yeah, don't do that. Stay. In other words, what we're trying to say to everybody when it comes to interjecting into somebody else's personal affairs, and that's very professional how I just said it. But how I'm going to tell you to do this is not mind your fucking business.
Ooh. Oh, you got my boy cussing now.
Mind your, because this is a touchy subject. Mind your business.
Hmm.
Stay in your lane. First and foremost, you're merging without putting your blinkers on. We don't even know you're coming.
Yeah, man. And you know what's dope about that too, bro, is you can actually come at somebody with the story
Yes,
and say, look, this has happened to me before. I can tell you right now, dude, that that is so much more well received
right.
because now you're saying, hey, I'm not just giving you this advice because this is what I think. No, this is me going, hey, this is what happened to me. This is where I solved it. And bro, isn't that the power of stories anyway? I mean, I learned this a
True.
long time ago from
But it
an
doesn't
old
work with
mentor.
everybody though. It's very
No, it
because
definitely
once
doesn't.
again, one or two ways. Because you could you ever see one of them TV shows where the Karen like, hey, I just wanted to let you I want to let you know that I too have gone through similar situations and yada yada yada. And what she tells you is nothing close to remotely about what you're going through. So it could be
Right.
one of two ways. Uh, yeah, one or two ways, man.
No, but and it's again, I brought that up, dude, to you today because I was just thinking, man, especially in this day and age, right? Well, you should just do this. Why don't you do this? This will fix everything. Will it? And wait, what? How do you know? How do you know if it'll work for me?
Hmm.
There. Okay, cool. That's great that it worked for you, right? So, to your point, right? That is definitely two ways, but it's one of those things where you just gotta. I think you just gotta enter into every situation different
No,
with an open mind and just kind of assess the situation more than just like anything else in life.
100%. And to those who are going through this or have been through this, if somebody does just give unsolicited advice and it happens to be true, you have to learn to be held accountable for what's going on. Because if they're accurate on what's going on, the the most type of conversations, the best type of conversations are the ones we don't have. And that's the uncomfortable conversation.
Mm,
A lot of us aren't ready for that uncomfortable conversation because we avoid confrontation. We avoid the truth and we just want to put a nice make let's say we'll put a blanket over it or we'll put makeup on it to make it look nice and pretty. But when you take that makeup off, you're revealing a scar. When you take the blanket back, you see that is all dirty underneath. Like or sweeping it under the rug, as they say. When you pull that rug back, you see the big pile of dirt. If they're right when they're approaching you about an issue or something in your life and it happens to be true, take accountability.
mm.
Take accountability. A lot
Yeah,
of
bro.
people don't like to hear that they're broken, and you said that last time.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like to hear that they're broken, but sometimes you need to hear it. A lot of the times you need to hear it. Most of the time you need to hear it. You know what's coming next. All the time you need to hear it because this the worst thing that I see, and I see it a lot in these kids. They live in la la land. They're delusional on how they think life works and how they think they're gonna get through life. And a
Hmm.
lot of adults still act this way. So if somebody notices it and they approach you on it and it happens to be true, take accountability.
That's it, brother. I mean, that's honestly just to land it. It's really, really simple. When you hear that you're broken, when you hear that you have some things to fix, and again, take it or not, but if you know it and you do nothing with it, that's why you're going to stay stuck. That's why you're going to stay living the same life that you're living. And that's why you're going to just stay where you're at. So that, I mean, that's it, bro.
On that note, before you approach, please use caution. This is another episode of Straight Talk, No Chaser. I am your boy, L. Gregory, aka Lee Nose, accompanied by my guy.
It is Mr. Alvarado from Colorado, the 5280 man. Thank you guys so much. My brother, love you, man. Till next week.
Until next week. Peace.